Yeah, paint to your city, the Uber gon' let me, I'm moving and setting no count. You acting shifty and switching up on me, I'm pulling the Glock and I'm watching you dance. Vans in the skinnies, I don't fuck with Henny, I'm off the tequila, I'm drinking it straight. Van what I earn, I don't spend where they let me, bitch, I got a juice, let me give them a taste. Yeah, sip a little 42 and fire up the studio, these motherfuckers know that I'm a threat. I just keep it jumping like a Mario, the diamonds going cardio and dancing every time I wanna flex. I pull up in your area, it's really kinda scary, then I'm making an aquarium, look like it isn't wet. I'm turning up the stereo to bury you, I'm very good at breaking down the barriers, you worry that they set. Yeah, I got a jet, I'm flying Delta, you lying in debt. High in the clouds and I'm vibing, no stress. Living my dreams and I'm getting no rest. Yeah, you giving it up, you worry about me but I don't give a fuck. I do not sit and just wait for the luck. Serve me the shot and now I'm getting drunk.
It's going to be real awkward later when Nigel gets wheeled in for his routine colonoscopy.
What's actually awkward is the fact that you thought this weak-ass attempt at a joke was funny.
You get off that sub so easily, you'd think almost starting World War III would at least get you held after class.
I feel like I say this in almost every single video, but simply asking a question doesn't automatically necessitate a sin. If the show doesn't answer a question you have, it most likely wasn't important to the story being told, which is exactly the case here.
How come we never see Gravik in his normal form when he's in New Skrullos? I thought his whole selling point of the camp is everyone gets to wear their natural skin. Doesn't your leader refusing to do the same kinda defeat that selling point?
How did you already forget the pilot episode? They explain that Skrull warriors wear their human skins pretty much constantly so that they're used to it and they don't struggle with being in disguise as much as they would otherwise.
What we know is our war is yet to be set in motion.
Didn't you just say in the last episode that you were starting your war? Does the war automatically get negated if you fail to kill your target?
The nuclear missile strike was deterred, which postponed the beginning of the war. I don't know what you're confused about here.
Didn't he have some blood on his hand here? Or does shapeshifting make it all go away or get absorbed inside of him? The former's too convenient, and the latter is ew.
Can you explain why the former is too convenient? Oh, you can't? Then why did you keep this in the video? If you can't back up a claim, then you shouldn't be making it.
Show him satellite footage of New Skrullos.
Do you think that maybe this is a conversation you should be having in a private space? You're still out in the open, and I'm pretty sure one of your soldiers just gave you, "I'm gonna stage a revolt" eyes.
Gravik knows how powerful he is. The new powers he gained from the DNA, or whatever that whole bullshit thing was, have made him very arrogant. That's why he feels comfortable doing stuff like this. That's characterization, not a mistake of the episode.
Where's the president? Damn, people just giving out classified information.
Asking a question, getting an answer, and then insulting the person who gave it to you.
Pointing things out on the screen.
The footage of you killing Maria Hill is gonna lead off every news program all across the hemisphere.
How do you know that, though? I can see you timing the data to be sent to journalists, but once they have the video, most news outlets will want some time to analyze and vet the footage, contact experts, and so forth. And they'll all do that at different rates of speed depending on the resources, so you can't really know they'll lead off simultaneously. All that to say, your threat is dumb, Rhodes. It would have been easier just to say the video will be sent to every news outlet in 60 seconds.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have carried as much weight. This entire sin is completely arbitrary.
Consider this a preview, Nick.
But why are you letting him go? I know you can't kill him because he knows where the harvest is and blah blah blah, but why not capture him and hold him for interrogation? Letting him go makes no strategic sense whatsoever.
Yep, that's true. Take a sin back.
Politely asking the location of Dr. Rosa Dalton.
Thinking that just because you have a chipper British accent, you can point a gun at someone and it's still somehow polite.
Thinking that just because you have an annoying voice, you can make cringeworthy jokes and say stupid things and it's somehow comedy.
Why the f*** are you punching him? Did none of you grab a gun? Were you just hoping that a mild beatdown would be enough to get this man planning mass murder to surrender? This rebellion is dumb.
Jesus Christ, the irony of this sin is hilarious. We saw in a previous episode that flesh wounds don't harm Gravik because of his new powers, so shooting him wouldn't do anything. We also saw this in the scene where Gaia got shot and survived, so did you just forget about that? Are you really that dumb? Besides, they're not just punching him, you can clearly see they put a bag around his face and they're trying to suffocate him. Stop deceiving your audience.
Come on, man. Gravik isn't John Cena. There's no way that fireman's carries got you out for the count.
Gravik slammed the guy onto the table and humiliated his spine. Taking a second to get back up is perfectly reasonable.
He died on a foreign planet, on a foreign road.
Not to be confused with dying on a foreigner road. I hear bodies that drop there are cold as ice.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture ref.
Willows told me how you survived your execution.
Yeah, she used the classic survival tactic, a montage.
What are you talking about? There wasn't even a montage during that scene. She survived because she has the same powers as Gravik. What show is Discount Jeremy watching?
You don't need to show him slip away from the police. It's way less cool. You wouldn't show Batman slip away from Commissioner Gordon, would you?
And yet you would complain about not seeing Batman slip away from Commissioner Gordon, so this sin is dumb.
Who are you?
Who, I really gotta know.
Discount Jeremy tries to sing in a video cliche.
My name's Victor.
No, of course you are. Nigel's the one with his silencer pressed against the base of your skull. Ooh, there he is.
That fake-ass laugh.
Dude, even with an accelerant, that building went up quick. It must be made out of that same wood at the church that Ellie fought that pervert minister in Last of Us.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture.
Males in my species are very similar. If they're not busy gaslighting you, they're threatening you with murder. That's what all the podcasts are about.
Not reacting at all to someone magicking a gun and drawing on you. I like to think he was too busy thinking of his favorite episode of My Favorite Murder.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop. Also, the guy was obviously distracted by what she was saying, which is exactly why she was talking. To distract him. Jesus, it's not that hard to understand.
You see on the screen is the scroll compound.
You just walked into the room with that tablet. How the did you get it hooked up on that television so quickly? It takes me 3 flips and a handstand just to get my Chromecast to work with my phone.
Yeah, Chromecasts are pretty whack, but the MCU has very advanced technology, so that doesn't really apply here.
Strike on Russian soil. That means World War III.
I would rather us face a war than extinction.
Oh, and what's nuclear winter? A walk in the park? I'd like this joke more if I could literally walk in a park right now without melting.
There have been a handful of decent sins right around this point, so I'm going to take this as an opportunity to remove 3 sins. It's good to know that TVSins can at least come up with legitimate sins once in a blue moon.
Stealing the backpack body shield Mr. Nobody used in John Wick Chapter 4.
Discount Jeremy makes a...
These top words translate to red notice in Finnish. That's a Ryan Reynolds.
Skip.
This what we're doing?
Having the audacity to question Sonya's taste in hip-hop.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Would I have known by looking at these trees if Nick Fury was instead 293 kilometers from the Russian border or 295 kilometers from the Russian border? Of course not. Now, if they'd specified this was 183 miles from the Russian border...
Last I checked, Rhodey is a Skrull.
What?
You said I'd lost my touch.
Well, you haven't lost your touch from pointlessly keeping secrets from your allies.
Fury and Sonya don't fully trust each other. That was established pretty early on in the show. They're working together now because they need to in order to save the world.
Why do you think I came back?
This sin isn't fair, unlike all the other ones here, which are totally super legit and completely objective. Whoa, where did that hat come from, Samuel L.? Is this a continuity error, or even worse, did your character put on a hat off screen? Come to think of it, this episode has been completely bereft of hat changes.
So it used to be a sin to show him changing hats, but now it's a sin to not show him changing hats. Look, I'm all good with contradicting yourself if and only if it's funny, which this is not.
Fury, why haven't you called any of your special friends down?
This is personal. We can't keep depending on these superheroes to swoop in and save our asses.
Don't you decide that for me, for the record.
Skip?
There it is. I'm sure his contract requires it.
Wait, didn't I just say skip? When I say skip, I mean it, goddammit.
It's in your blood. That's racist. Your soul. That's racist. Your eyes. That's gay. That's homophobic. That's black. That's racist.